Very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the
set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. Taken in at the 3. And he gets it to the 30-yard line, but the football's not going to stay there. There's a penalty marker down. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 103 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Skaggs throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Skaggs. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
The fumble on first down now. Here's 2nd down. And to give this time to the tailback. This time able to hold on to the football, but not much room to run. On 3rd down, Skaggs. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And oh, he coughed it up. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
They'll come out throwing here, and the Rams got him. They bring him down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
Second and 16. He'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play there for Philly.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Hands it off out of the gun. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 65 yards on the ground for him so far. That was huge after being behind the chains on 1st down to make this second very manageable.
Yeah, how much pride do you have in an offense on 1st down to get that kind of yardage? Because it actually opens up your playbook on 2nd down. You can run it, you can throw it, you keep a defense off balance. I like that phrase, stand ahead of the chains, and they're doing exactly that.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Here's Olesen. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. This will be caught at about the 5. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Second and 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run. Making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle. No running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
A try here for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Skaggs. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Partner, he sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
On 1st and 10, Skaggs. It's caught by Davis. That catch good for only a couple.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Skaggs. And that will be incomplete.
We're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead, it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And a bit of a daunting task here for this offense as they'll start out at the 1-yard line.
I guess you could easily say there's a whole lot of real estate in front of them if they want to achieve their goal, which is get to the other end zone.
And 99 yards to go if they want to do just that. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. 78 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, both teams practice this situation, and this time the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave them some good breathing room.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage, or do you play normal defense? They may have backed them off with that run.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
Out of the gun now on third down. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. The defender gets there, and it's a touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a 1-score game.
On first down, he'll drop to... And the Rams got him. They bring him down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
Well, they were trying to set up a screen there, but that one just too slow in developing.
Yeah, too slow in developing and well read because that ends up being a bad feeling for the quarterback. When he's got no blocking in front of him, his guys are just going to let defenders go, and they're coming for him. So if it's not there, you just got to throw the ball at the turf at your running back's feet.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Now the LA offense ready for this next possession.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Throwing on first down. Skaggs. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Skaggs. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
On 3rd down, he obviously wants to throw the football, but there's nowhere to go with it, so he takes off and goes. And nowadays, he gets to the first down marker, he blows right past it and picks up big yardage. Partner, that's a great bit of improvisation.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Skaggs.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Off play action. Skaggs. This is caught. It's Brown. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams are going to jump back in front.
So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time, he had the speed to win that race.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back.
Back to throw now on first down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
If you're going to take a shot downfield, 2nd and 1 is a perfect time to do it. You figure you're going to be in heavy run defense, you should have good windows to throw it downfield.
And it looked like there was something there right after the snap, but the defense able to recover. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Let's go! Let's go!
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
A gain of 15. First down, Eagles.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the Rams' 34-yard line.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 22-yard line.
And an Eagle first down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
At the Rams' 16-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Back to throw again. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they had it there so close to the goal line, a chance to take it across, claim the lead here in the fourth. Boy, that was a big, big mistake.
It really was, and as much as I want to give credit to the defense for making a play, I do tend to agree with you. That mistake, that's a chance to go in and take the lead. I mean, you're in great shape, yet you don't take care of the football. Boy, they'll be going over that like crazy in the upcoming weeks.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing, timing, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there, threw it behind him. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Throwing again. Skaggs.
Back to Brown, this time complete.
And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. On first down, Skaggs. And that is incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Skaggs. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. Skaggs. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look.
And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset.
They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. He finds his man, complete. That's Yates. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understanding of where they are on the field?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He's back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
Second down at 7. He'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth-quarter lead. The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. They'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field.
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a...
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the officials saw as this play will stand as is. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling. Back to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 28. He's been quiet all afternoon. He may have just come up with a play of the day right there, though.
Obviously, it's not the volume in what you get done. It's the quality, and that was a quality catch right there.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Back to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Point after, right down the middle. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So all eyes on this Rams offense. Down by a field goal, 36 seconds remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. On 1st and 10, Skaggs. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he will be out of bounds here, but that will take precious seconds off the clock on a play that will wind up going for no gain. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. To throw on 3rd down. Skaggs. Now he's forced out right. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
And that's complete to Davis. And they will get the conversion on 4th down to stay alive, but time, not an ally.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Skaggs. He finds his man. Complete. That's Hammond. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
A high throw there as this is knocked away down to the ground and incomplete.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.